Hello everybody, my name is Mike, reporting for WrestlingDVDSource.com. We are going to bring you a review of the WWE's Top 25 Rivalries in Wrestling History DVD that's coming out this Tuesday, May 28th. I just finished watching the documentary. I got an advance copy of it. I apologize in advance for my droopy eyes. I am extremely tired. I just watched the documentary and it's very late or early, depending on how you say it, where I am. So I am a bit tired. Sorry about that. So let's take a look at the DVD. Here it is. I'm sure you've seen this before. It's been out for a few weeks now. So there you have Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan on the front. On the back we have Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Here's a better look at it. Alright. On the inside, Undertaker and Kane. Brother versus brother. Raw is war. Yep, it's early, folks. I'm sorry. Alright, so there's that. There we have disc 2 and disc 3. Match listings are behind the discs on this one, which they're on most of them. Not like the WrestleMania 29 DVD or Blu-ray, which was on the cover or on the disc itself. And then disc 1 and a shot of CM Punk and John Cena. I'm just glad they did not put John Cena on the cover. I'm glad they gave some of the older legends some love. Andre the Giant getting a nice shot of on the cover there. And then of course we have the rivalry list right there. If you do not want to know the rivalry, I would, not that you can really see it anyways, but you might want to not look at this part. Put that back. There you have Undertaker wondering where his championship belt is. Anyways, so there it is. There's the spine of the DVD. So for all the spine nerds out there who's gonna wonder what this is gonna look like on their shelves on Tuesday when they pick up their copy, it will look like this. And if you put it in backwards, it will look like this. So I can't really show you anything else about the DVD set. I think I've showed you everything. The cover actually is a pretty good cover. I like it. They've been doing pretty good this year with the covers. For All Mankind, Mick Foley's DVD is probably my favorite so far. The In Your House collection was a good cover as well. So top pay-per-view matches of 2012 was another good cover, and this one reminds me a little bit of that just because of the font and the style with the stars and that kind of stuff. Obviously it's a completely different layout, but similar in style there with the font and the stars and the stripes and the ripping of the looks like this is paper that's been ripped, or that's what I get from it anyways. Not sure if that's what it's supposed to be or not, but that's it right there. Cool cover. Also another good cover is the Extreme Rules 2013 DVD cover, which was just released. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet or not. If you haven't, step over or take a look at our website. Don't step over because you won't actually step anywhere. Head on over to our website at www.wrestlingdvdsource.com. You can see a shot of the DVD cover over there for the Extreme Rules 2013 pay-per-view. Features Brock Lesnar and Triple H. That is another good DVD cover as well. So let's talk about the documentary on this one. Like I said, kind of the same style as the top 20 or top pay-per-view matches in 2012. Kind of like an old school wrestling boxing match type deal. Again, just my opinion. The documentary itself is nothing like that. It's a chemistry themed documentary with Renee Young. She's wearing a lab coat, and she kind of talks about the different elements and incorporates that into the rivalries themselves. So, kind of a different approach on that. A few lines are a little cheesy, but she does a good job. I think that's the style that we're going for, is the cheesy lines, Bill Nye the Science Guy type deal. So that's what to expect on that. The DVD documentary runs about 3 hours, maybe just a hair less than that. And each segment probably gets about 6 or 7 minutes. You know, you can work that out. 3 hours, 25 segments, 25 rivalries. So each segment does get a pretty good in-depth look at it. It's not a brush over like they did with the Raw 100 moments, which I was a little bit disappointed about that collection. This one I am not. I thought they did an incredible job with it. I know a lot of people out there don't like the countdown documentaries, but this one was done very well. If you're on the fence about picking it up, I would definitely pick it up. It's a good set, definitely a good set. I'll talk to you about some of the rivalries that they go over. I'm not going to tell you the order that they're in. I'm not going to tell you all of them in case you don't want to know, in case you want to watch the DVD and get the surprise, have it as a surprise. I'm sure a lot of you probably already saw the match listings and stuff like that as well. Check those out in advance. But a couple of the rivalries that they have on here, Triple H versus The Rock. I thought it was a really good rivalry from the Attitude Era. A little bit underestimated sometimes, I think. But they've had some pretty good matches, Triple H and The Rock. Another Triple H rivalry, Triple H versus Randy Orton. That, obviously Triple H and Randy Orton met up during their Evolution days. Triple H was his mentor. And then later on it became student versus the teacher. And then later on their rivalry got pretty intense with Triple H's wife Stephanie getting DDT'd and Vince getting punted and Shane getting punted and just crazy family drama on live TV. So, and then Triple H went to Randy Orton's house and all this stuff happened. So that's a good one. Some ECW love for Taz and Sabu on this one as well. Also Tommy Dreamer and Raven. That's here as well. Good stuff. Some of the older ones are Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper, which is another great rivalry. They talk about how Hulk Hogan was Mr. Say Your Prayers, Eat Your Vitamins, and Roddy Piper was rowdy and would say stuff he wasn't supposed to and basically did whatever he wanted to do. Probably an earlier version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That kind of comes to mind when I think of him. Mankind versus Undertaker's here. Undertaker versus Kane, which is another great rivalry. Two athletes almost identical to each other. Obviously they're brothers. Taking on each other about the same height, same weight, same moves, same dad. I think. No. Maybe. Who knows. Rest in peace, Paul. Definitely added to the equation there. Some tag team love for Edge and Christian versus the Hardys and Dudleys. These guys had incredible TLC matches back in the days. So that's on here. Also we have the Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Sorry, I had a mental brain fart there. Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, CM Punk and John Cena. Different eras all over the place on this one. So it's a good mixture of everything. Some Andre the Giant versus Hulk. Obviously, you would expect that from the cover. So, like I said before, the documentary is about 3 hours long. The segments are about 6-7 minutes each, estimated about. The presenters, how they've done it is each rivalry has one dedicated presenter, host, person talking about it. So, for example, there's Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio on there. Vicky Guerrero is the presenter for that, and she discusses their rivalry. She's the only one that discusses it, and that's the only rivalry she actually discusses. So she doesn't talk about any other rivalries. It was kind of cool to see Vicky open up a little bit about Eddie Guerrero. You don't hear her talking about him too much, so it was nice to see him, to see her, just kind of mention him and talk about his friendship with Ray and that kind of stuff, and what they were doing. So that was a cool point. Also, another thing to note about the rivalries is that obviously everybody knows that some rivalries will start, and then a few years later, they'll start, they'll stop, and then a few years later they'll pick up again. And each rivalry that occurs with, they talk about that in full detail. So, for example, Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, they started their rivalry in the 90s, and then they picked it up later on after Shawn Michaels returned from his injury, and they would finish it at WrestleMania 25 and 26. So they talk about from when it started at Bad Blood all the way through to WrestleMania 26. It's not just the 90s; it's the whole thing. So just in case anybody was wondering about that, that's what they do there. So that covers that. Also, Mick Foley talks about how the Abdullah the Barber was his dad, which he really was not in the rivalry. Bruiser Brody versus Abdullah the Barber. Mick Foley's the host, and he mentions that that he was telling everybody at school, at college, that Abdullah the Barber was his dad, and people were actually beginning to believe him. That's just a funny thing that I noticed in the DVD. I thought it was quite good that Mick Foley did that. I could actually picture him doing something like that. He seems to be kind of crazy like that sometimes. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm rambling on. I'm trying to do this pretty quick so you guys can see the video and I can go to bed. So yeah, good documentary. Chemistry theme to it. Renee Young is the host. 25 segments, 3 hours long. Also, it comes with some matches. The matches are supposed to mirror the rivalries. So obviously, there's for example, one of the rivalries is Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan, and there's a Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan match here. Also, the Taz versus Sabu in a grudge match at Barely Legal. That's a good match. And Tommy Dreamer versus Raven at the Final Battle, which is when Raven was leaving to go to the WCW. So that match is included on the set. We got a Rock versus Triple H match, which is awesome. It would have been nice to see maybe a Mankind versus Triple H, because that's one of the rivalries on the set. Maybe the Royal Rumble 2000, which we did a Throwback Thursday on article about, if you want to check that out. Undertaker versus Mankind, that's on here. I don't want to tell you them all. Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, which is another great match. Kurt Angle, is an incredible athlete, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Great on the microphone, great in the ring, complete package. So that's just a quick overview of the DVD to what to expect. If you're on the fence about picking up this DVD, I definitely would pick it up. Like I said, they did a very good job on this documentary. It's not an hour long, let's blow through it, get it over with type deal. It's a 3 hour long. You're going to sit, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to get your money's worth for this one, absolutely. They did a great job. They brought back some of the older wrestlers to be a part of it. Bret Hart's in there, Ric Flair, Mean Gene, which obviously isn't a wrestler, but he's there. So definitely some older faces are part of the DVD. WWE obviously went way out and reached out to a lot of people to be a part of it. Mick Foley is also a part of it as well. And so it's good to see the older guys. They talk about, some of them talk about the newer rivalries that's going on, or the latest rivalries. And then a lot of the newer guys, like The Miz, he's on the set, CM Punk is on the set, and some of them talk about the older rivalries, which is quite cool to see the different perspectives coming from the different wrestlers from the different time eras and things like that, reflecting on, the rivalries that the younger guys were watching while they were growing up, and the older guys that are looking back on wrestling now and the business that they helped build, looking at the rivalries that are going on right now and giving their 2 cents on that. So some pretty cool, insightful stuff from both both sides of the spectrum there. So definitely did a good job on this one. If you're gonna, like I said before, if you're on the fence, I would definitely recommend picking it up. It's available this Tuesday, May 28th. You're getting a sneak peek, advanced look at it now before it hits shelves. So that's it for that. I hope you enjoyed my video. Like I said before, I'm extremely tired and I blew through that one, so my apologies for that. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will have more videos coming your way. Also check out our website. Like I said before, it's wrestlingdvdsource.com. Thank you to everybody that's liked our page over the last week. We've gotten over 200 likes so far. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's extremely hard to get our site out there and let people know about it. So 200 likes is a huge accomplishment. Very proud of that. Thank you guys. For everybody that's been emailing me, giving me all their feedback and their reviews and things like that. Their ideas for the site. It's great. The site is, it's new. So we're accepting ideas that people want to see on the site. It's going to grow every day. We got some cool stuff coming your way that we're working on. Everything takes a little bit of time, but we'll get there. So thanks everybody again for the support. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for if you want to subscribe. I don't think we have any subscribers yet, so definitely subscribe to our videos and keep checking back. And hopefully next time I will not be on 3 hours of sleep, and I will look a little bit better for you guys. So have a good one. Thanks guys. Peace.